6 months ago, 71-year-old Ocean View resident Robert Northrup was killed outside his home after he was attacked by 4 large dogs belonging to his neighbor. In the months that followed, Northrup's surviving family said that the people who owned the dogs were never held accountable for what happened.
The dog owners have not been held accountable, and I keep following up and following up and following up. And for our family, it's exhausting, and it just feels like my father's life didn't matter.
Shannon Maxon and her sister Anna said they would work to ensure no other family would have to experience such a preventable tragedy in the future. On Tuesday, a Hawaiʻi County Council resolution was introduced dealing with dangerous dogs.
For greater public safety against the risk of damage, injury, and death posed by dangerous dogs, by increasing enforcement and penalties against owners of such dogs, requests the state legislature to align state law with county law to provide clarity for county enforcement efforts, with an emphasis on requirements and penalties for dog owners that allow their dogs to injure or kill other animals or people.
At the committee hearing, Northrup's family spoke in support of the measure.
Hi, I'm Anna Schomber of Kailua, and I'm here giving my testimony in support of Reso 430. My father, Robert Northrup, lived in Ocean View. He was attacked and killed by a pack of dogs on August 1st, 2023. That's just 6 months ago, and the dog owners have not been charged with a crime yet. Prosecutors say the law doesn't go through to state level and only onto a county level. It's a law that already exists but doesn't make any sense to me. It needs to go all the way through. There's nothing stopping these people from owning more dogs or letting their dogs out to kill more people. My dad was just walking to his friend's house. The same neighbor that my dad was going to visit, he was also bitten by those people's dogs. Police should have enforced the law back then and taken those dogs away and euthanized them back then. They didn't, because it's hard to enforce a law that doesn't go all the way through to the state, I guess. I'm not sure. It doesn't make sense to me. None of this makes sense to me.
When I heard what happened, I was obviously thinking about Shannon as far as losing her dad and Anna, but also feeling like she was going to take on that burden to have to feel like she needed to spearhead change to make sure it wouldn't happen again to someone. And that's been a lot for the last 6 months.
The resolution was introduced by HILO Councilwoman Jen Kaiviwata.
Wish I didn't have to introduce this resolution. As you heard, many people are hurting because the state and the county are not aligned with how we deal with people that have dangerous dogs. Currently, the state has a bill that is been proposed to try to get our county and state aligned here, and this resolution just supports and shows our support for doing so. I want to express my gratitude for Councilmember Kirkowitz, who led the state with her original bill, I believe in, what was it, 2022, that made it possible to prosecute people with dangerous dogs that maimed or killed people as a felony. Unfortunately, the state has not followed suit.
We had 4 lawyers combing through this to make sure we could implement. And so it was heartbreaking and like a little bit shame, a little bit embarrassing that when an attack occurred, that we couldn't implement this ordinance because that preemption wasn't allowed by the state. Feeling really devastated by that. But now the state has an opportunity to rectify this, to give the counties that authority. I don't think a Class C felony goes far enough. 10 grand is not enough. I'd like for the state to consider, it's not an HB 2058, but I really do think that they need to consider a Class B felony. And I know the issue here is dangerous dogs, but there are other potential situations where we do want to make sure there are checks and balances so that people are motivated to ensure that our community in general isn't safe.
Mr. Clerk, you have 7 in favor, and we have members Galimba and Connie Kleinfelder excused, and this is to forward Resolution 430-24 to the full council with a favorable recommendation.